I bet some of you have thought, are the towers in TDX better than those in TDS? Well, today we're going to figure that out. I've put myself through many long games, 44 to be exact. I watched two of them because I'm too poor, but that doesn't matter because I'm going to answer that question. Before I started this entire experiment, I decided to set some ground rules. Rule number 1, since TDS towers only have one path, I am only allowed to use one path for a tower in TDX and I can't change that path during any time of that game. Rule number 2, if a tower can't be placed before I die, I am allowed to use cash crates to use that tower. Rule number 3, I am only allowed one attempt unless there's some true potential and everything that went wrong was because of me being a bad player. I would also like to mention that every tower is being used in the order that the TDX inventory shows them in, and the winners will be rated by percentages. Now let the games begin.
Give 'em hell, boys!
Commanders were both placeable, but they just weren't upgraded to the point that they could deal damage, so they both lost that one. You guys who played TDX probably forgot about the existence of Cryo Ranger. Well, here she is, and let me tell you, she is good. You guys might argue, but Gala, she can't kill multipliers. Well, there you are right. But God can she kill. Freezer is terrible as usual though. Onto the regular towers of TDX. The Ranger is the same as the Cryo Ranger, but he sucks. Though he made it to the same wave as the Cryo Ranger, they died because they're too weak to kill all the abominations and radioactive zombies. The Cryo Ranger is about the same strength, but its freezing capability is what makes it stronger. Anyway, Soldier won that round as he made it to the final wave. When I was using Shotgunner in TDS, I thought its nerf was its downfall. But wow, was I wrong. So, yes, it died. It was because I didn't set them up first, so these living experiments passed through on the final wave, but it won by a mile compared to TDX's Shotgunner. Now, here I was sure Operator was going to win this to Militant. Like, look how it's straight. I mean, all it did was die, but Militant isn't that good, right? I'm going to be honest, I was surprised about this, so good on you, Militant, you get the first win. Also, if any of you were thinking how I should have used Militant against John, because Militant used to be the John tower, it isn't my fault that Militant is the only tower in TDS that is like the Operator. One last thing, I did get this comment later during the day that I beat this game, and I can really see what this guy means. Mine layer is probably what you expect. Place a few mines, oh, it'll win, then all it does is kill a couple of zombies and you die. Basically, it's just a terrible tower. Trapper is underrated, I think. You just have to use the spikes for the entire round and you're fine. You will die, but you'll make it decently far. Now you may argue, why use Hunter when there's a tower that's literally called Sniper in TDS? Well, if you want to argue that, I didn't choose, I let my Discord server choose. So if you guys want to change this, then join my Discord in the description below, where you can vote otherwise in future polls. Plus, we also do some game nights as well as pings on new content and streams. Anyways, Hunter won, no questions asked. Cryoblaster lost because by the time he could damage enemies, it was already too late. Cryomancer did alright though, so he gets a point. This was a close one, as both Missile Trooper and Rocketeer died one way from each other. However, Rocketeer won when doing the percentages, so sorry, Missile Trooper. Pyromancer, even with it having hidden detection, died to the ghoul because of its health regeneration. Luckily for Patrol Boat, even though it's false information as it can patrol for zombies with stealth detection, the first horde of stealth zombies can be tanked, so it won. Did I really have to show this to you? Unfortunately for Mercenary Base, it just didn't spawn enough units to take care of the horde of living experiments. Barracks was having the time of its life, until the horde of revived boss 2s, radioactive zombies, abominations, etc. came along. So yeah, Barracks wins. I thought that Demon Man might have had a chance of winning, but turns out its hidden detection was removed. At least I thought it had stealth detection. But yeah, Grenadier won by quite a bit. DJ, hit it! EDJ, hit it! I tried to write you a love song, I thought I could. So far what I told you misunderstood. It used to be so good, and what went wrong with us? Who would win? Scout or John? Of course it would be Scout. Huh? I mean, John. Of course it would be John. Who else was to be the winner? Armored Factory is powerful, but only when the MRAP is unlocked. Otherwise, it's terrible. Military Base is just too good, but sadly not good enough to kill Patient Zero. Juggernaut was just too expensive to play, so I had to use 4 cash crates to be able to afford it. That was 4,000 cash gone. I died, but I felt that I was being too slow, so take 2. This time I afforded stealth detection and still died, but a later wave. Minigunner was just as good as usual, except from me almost being unable to afford it. He won, so that's another win for TDS. I didn't even get to place Ranger because I knew cash crates would take too long to use too, so I just imagined it was there in dance. Railgun was just too slow, but it still got a point for TDX. Medic in TDX is just there. It exists. Medic from TDS does damage though, so we know who won that one. Slammer, aka Meatman, did an okay job, but not the best. Sledger, being the only TDS event tower we're using, was interesting. I asked my friend Tammy to use it since he has it and I don't. Thing is, his keyboard was playing up at the same time, so he had to use his mouse. This is actually quite amusing because he struggled a lot, especially with having to use click to move. However, he ended up dying to some hidden since Sledger didn't have hidden detection. Hi Tommy, how was that experience? Turret was the first of two TDS towers that needed a cash crate to place one. It still died though because of those tanky reavers. It did win though because XWN turret cost too much when trying to get hidden detection, even with using a couple cash crates because it was too expensive to place. I had high hopes for the Golden Ranger, but like all the other Rangers, it died on wave 23. The Golden Soldier, I just knew it wouldn't disappoint because if the regular soldier gets close to killing Patient Zero, surely the Golden version wouldn't fail. I wasn't disappointed. The Golden Juggernaut was the final tower to give the towers of TDX another chance of making a triumph. However, he died. But like the regular Juggernaut, it looked like I could get stealth detection. So after another $5,000 worth of cash crates, I tried again and skipped as early as possible, giving me just enough money to kill the stealth enemies. When I said it was the last chance of winning another game for the towers of TDX, his chances didn't disappoint. For Golden Minigunner, since I'm too poor and the odds are against me with Golden Crates, I asked Toxic Injection to play a game with only Golden Mini because he's the opposite of me. Let's just say that after placing that supply drop, it was smooth sailing from then on. So that's all the comparisons. I hope you enjoyed this video and... Wait a second. He found out.
Okay, if you
When I have the time, I'm gonna do it, and I'm
Okay.
gonna screenshot it and send it to you, and you better
Okay,
put that
if
in the
you
video.
beat
And you
Elite,
better change your ranking.
okay, yeah, if you beat Elite, I will change it.
He ended up giving up, but just so he doesn't have some sort of villain arc, I had to give Ranger and Golden Ranger another chance. Ranger made it further by 4 waves, and Golden Ranger won, so that's one more triumph and point for TDX. So that was the final score, but I feel like something is wrong. Never mind, ignore everything I just said.